Welcome to Disrupt and Discuss with your hosts, E and KayCee. A Blue Shade Ventures production brought to you by It's Just ETV and my Herba by the Fitness Collective. Now, without any further ado, disrupt and discuss.
Welcome back, everyone. How's everybody doing?
I'm great.
Good. I am great too. We have had a wonderful week. We are back. We're starting the week again. We're getting into our podcast. You guys, welcome back to Disrupt and Discuss with E and KayCee. I am E.
And I am KayCee.
I have been struggling with finger point. But now I'm just going to point towards the light.
There you go.
That makes it all right. Point towards the light. That's it. No. We are going to dive into a conversation, you guys, a topic today. This is episode 4. And the topic of this episode, or the title, I should say, of this episode is sex time equals sleepy time. It's that time of the month. It's that time, that sex time. And that's our discussion for today. Sleepy time. We're going to do a shameless plug for my girl.
Oh, I'm so shameful.
Yep.
I'm so shameful. Oh, yes.
We're going to get that in there. I want to zoom in. Let's zoom in on that. There we go.
Yes. So it's my Herba by the Fitness Collective. This is sleepy time.
This is her supplement, you guys. I use it.
I use it.
Yep. When I struggle sleeping, it will knock you out, but you will not wake up groggy.
No,
You're gonna wake up nice.
It's very subtle. Very subtle. You don't feel groggy. You feel like you had a restful sleep, and it keeps you sleeping through your time period. I don't want to say night because there's people that work at night, but when you need it, it's definitely there.
Absolutely. If you're not, your sex time doesn't equal sleepy time. Words. Go get my girl
at thefitnesscollective.com. And Amazon and Walmart as well. Okay.
There you go. There it is. She's on all of them, you guys. All of them. But yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. Sex time equals sleepy time.
Yes.
And we are by no means any type of, we're not scientists. We're not doctors. We're not sex therapists. Nothing of that. We are just two ladies that are having fun on here, talking about discussions that we like to talk about that are all inclusive in health and wellness. And sex is part of your health, believe it or not. So you people who be trying to shame folk for wanting to have that horizontal limbo
and get busy.
It is health. Oh. That's that Eartha Kitt right there.
Marcus. No.
Exactly. I love Eartha Kitt. But yes, you guys, it's a part of your health. It actually helps with a lot of things. So we're going to get into so the questions that we're going to tackle some much needed information. Today we're going to tackle the question that a lot of people have wondered about, but don't always talk about. Why do people just crash after sex, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to dive into the science behind that post-intimacy sleepiness, the role of REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement. Had to remember that. Rapid eye movement. That's what REM is, that REM sleep. What that plays and how often even age and your diet can impact that. KayCee, you got anything to add to this?
Well, one of the things I just wanted to say as far as like hormonal balance, people have cortisol issues. And I, for one, didn't realize that cortisol was even a thing or even an issue. So I know that cortisol stress hormone levels might decrease after sex, releasing some of those, endorphins? Am I saying it right? Am I saying it wrong? But just like if you ran around the block, if somebody was chasing you, you're releasing. That's so that you're working up. It's an activity. If it's done right, it's an activity. That's a start. That's a start. I mean, we're not suggesting certain things, but that's a start.
Right. Read that disclaimer down there. Yeah, we not suggesting nothing.
Oh, you forgot to put, you know what? You forgot to put on here
What?
contortionists. We are not contortionists. So
are
don't take
not.
what we say. I
Okay,
can't, well, you know what? I
right.
can only speak for me. I'm not a contortionist. How about that?
I'm a little flexible, but I ain't no contortionist.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, the endorphins, they do play a part in it. That dopamine. I want to talk about dopamine too. There's 3 main feel good hormones out there, and they play a role, and they're called. I hope I'm saying this correctly. Anybody, if you want to correct me after this, that's fine. It's oxytocin, prolactin, and dopamine. So those are they play a part in the sleep process, or you falling asleep after a romp in the sack. So with that, what are they? So just to get into a breakdown, oxytocin, because I was like, what the hell is oxytocin? What is that?
Yeah.
That hormone, oxytocin, they call that the love hormone or the bonding. So when you get into the state of oxytocin, your body is releasing that physical closeness. So when you hug someone or you're touching on someone intimately, it gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling. Or if you spoon in the bedroom with the hubby or, your wifey, that gives you that oxytocin. That's that fuzzy feeling. It makes you feel all calm and relaxed. And I know I get it. Sometimes if it's hard for me to sleep, I just rub up against my hubby, you know, get some skin to skin without no bumping and grinding. But we just, skin to skin, and I get relaxed. My body
Right.
relaxed. So I didn't know that's called oxytocin. Just me feeling on his flesh in the bed or getting a hug, that helps with that relaxation. So that's one of them. The other one is it is prolactin. Prolactin is sometimes called the relax hormone, or I like to call it, well, no, the relax hormone. So after orgasm, the body releases this prolactin, especially in
Oh, you're
men.
getting all technical.
Yeah,
Oh, look at you.
it's sucky, but
Mm,
I'm learning. So as I learn, y'all gonna learn too. Okay. So
I'm
the
learning.
relax hormone, prolactin, that's the one the men create, and it calms them down. Set, it chills them. Their body is saying time to relax and unwind. So that's the prolactin.
So, question. So, is it before or after that happens?
It's after the
Oh, okay.
it's after,
Yeah.
yeah, call it it's the be cool hormone. Be cool.
Okay.
That one
Okay.
hits you after, so you just calm down. You that after that excitement, that climax, that prolactin kicks in and slows you down. So that's why some people, particularly men, can feel the urge to like just knock out. Just like you may be up for a few minutes more, and this Mickey Picky over here just right after snore
Are
already.
you calling him out?
Doesn't sound like it, right?
Okay. That's my dude. I mean, come on now.
I just I want to go to sleep just immediately after. Ooh,
Yeah.
immediate.
Yeah.
But it don't take nothing for him to go to sleep anyway. So I always get mad at him because he can, as soon as his head hit the pillow, he like snoring.
So, then question. There's some people that, and it's not me, but I know of people that have mentioned that right after the guy might be knocked out, but then the partner, whoever, sometimes it's going to be all chatty cat,
Right.
and that could be a turn off in itself. It's like
Yeah.
basically, shut up. I want to bask in the afterglow, and you want to have a full on conversation.
Very.
So some people, and I'm wondering, again, not a physician by any means, but is that in some way because somebody is satisfied and they're happy with the situation that just took place, that, okay, you might want to go to sleep, but then somebody else might
Might get
want to,
energy.
yes,
Yeah,
have
it does
conversation.
happen. It does. happen.
Hmm.
Where you get like in your afterglow, you get like some energy.
I mean, I can go clean the house, not me, but
Right.
you know,
Vacuum the floor.
yeah.
Maybe even want another round. Does
Well,
happen.
well, when we get to the age breakdown, that might be something different, or you got the little blue pill. But yeah, some people really find that annoying
Yes.
that that person has that energy, and it's like just like you want to sleep, somebody might want to go paint the house or something. So
Exactly. No
everybody's
shade.
body is different. Oh,
Right.
absolutely not. That's why I'm bringing up the question, because I do know of, a friend that, might do that.
Right. If had, believe it or not, I speak for myself, have had that type of situation where I got some energy, but it wasn't. So when we were intimate, we got busy. It was in the morning. So afterwards, I'm like, I'm ready to go to the gym. Let me,
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
He was like, oh, I got pumped. I was pumped. So it affects me both ways, but I think it's when it happens. So if it's in the morning, that particular time, I was like, I'm ready. Let's go. I'm ready. I can hit the gym. Then if it's sometimes, most of the time at night, I'm ready to go to bed. Ready to lay down. I'm ready to go to sleep.
so as I'm listening and I'm just going through my head, I mean, sometimes you got to get it when you can. That
Mm-hmm.
I get.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for me, the best time would be like 2 or 3 in the morning. You roll over
Okay.
and like, oh, oh, all right.
Oh, for
Yeah.
you, it's more so early, early morning, early morning.
Wee hours.
But does that play a part in KC? Because you are, for those y'all, you getting to know us. KC like to go to bed early and wake up at the crack of damn.
I don't go to bed that early. I don't. I might fall out. But I keep telling people, hence why I came out with sleepy time. I, in all seriousness, have a sleep pattern of a newborn. I'll sleep a little bit. Then after that, I'll, wake up. But for the most part, I really don't. I don't sleep well. And I do realize a lot of people have that same issue. So, for me, wee hours, I might fall asleep at 10:30, and I'm waking up at 2, and I'm up again and for the rest of the day. Yeah, I've
I had
sent E some stuff early in the morning or late at night, and I don't even care anymore. I'm on TikTok. Oh, look at this. You know, everybody knows I don't sleep.
I was like my husband. My husband only needs like 3 hours. He can go to bed. I mean, he likes to go to bed early, but if he went to bed at 11, he's still gonna wake up at 3, 2:30
Yeah.
or 3 in the morning, and he
Yep.
goes to work. But his body is so conditioned, I guess you would say, that it's nothing for him. He's like, I cannot, I cannot. So said all that to say, the sleep thing, it's real. It's
Yeah.
real, and it can affect people in different ways. And with having sex, you can either get uh that REM sleep, that be cool sleep afterwards, or you might get a burst of energy where you want to do something. So either one is not bad. It's not bad. It's not a dig at your significant other. It's just the way your body is responding in the moment.
Oh, absolutely. And again, a lot of like your nutrition has a lot how you eat, how you exercise, or the lack thereof on both of those points. That plays a part in it as well. I know, again, if you are on medication, it tends to really affect things. And then you want to also factor in your partner's schedule. For example, my husband works graveyard and I work from home. So I excuse me, when do you find the time? I'm up, he's sleep, or he's sleep and I'm up. So it's like, what do you do? And you couple that with, nutrition or the lack thereof, it starts to affect different things. And when we get older, that even the best scenario, but when you get older, it affects things as well. Because I remember when you're in your teens, where you really don't know what the fuck you're doing anyway, or 20s and 30s, your libido is completely different. But again, if you have different stressors, even at that age, it's going to affect things. If you're more concerned about, okay, where's my next meal coming from? That might be the main focus, but then you might still go, oh, let me just trot over here for a minute. But your life situations also dictate that as well.
Absolutely.
And we ain't even gonna talk about when you got little kids and you're trying to get them from point A to point Z because they don't have a play date. They got this, they got karate, they got soccer. You're being all these things to everybody. And then when you finally relax, hell, you go to sleep right then anyway.
Sleep, right. It's so many, our world is so different these days to where you have so many things that take up a lot of your time. It's like, where do you find the time to get that time in
Busy.
with you get busy with your
Yeah,
significant other? What do you do? Like you said, it's those stressors. It's not always stress, but it's just it's very time consuming. We only got 24 hours in a day.
correct.
And 8 to 10 of it, especially if you are a person who works, get out, they're not that aren't remote, you're spending a lot of time in traffic to and fro to work. Then you have to come home and do the things that are at home. And like you said, if you have children, if you have other things, other responsibilities, it takes up a lot of you. So when do you have time to do it? When do you have time? But you got to make it.
You do.
You got to
You
make it.
do. And the other kind of sex we talk about, we laugh about it, but in all seriousness is like the foreplay. And I don't mean tickle, tickle, slap, that kind of stuff. No, I'm serious. I mean, there'll be times you could shoot somebody a text message. I mean, not you're on a
And I
device, of
know,
course.
right.
But for example, my husband is at work. Like I said, he's graveyard. I might text him, hey, thinking about you. You're also having mindset. And I mean, hey, I appreciate you. I'm thinking about you. That in itself can go a long way. I don't know what his day is like. He might be stressed to the gills at his job. And then I might send a text like, hey, thinking about you. Guess what I got on? And then he'd be like, oh, and that does something up here to your mind. And now when again with our schedule so different, you might get home, I'm ready, and he's shit, I just want to go sleep because he commutes. But you still have that connection, and in some form or fashion. Sometimes you have to meet people where they are, so down the road you can get where you want to be.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that on a t-shirt.
That's it.
Don't ask me to
Okay.
repeat it.
Okay. No, that's a great point. And I do that as well with regards to text. Send a little text. I may
Yeah,
send, not thinking of you, but I always sometimes I'll send something like what he meant to me, or he'll be like,
exactly.
what brought that on? He'll come home and be like, what brought that on? But he be smiling, low key smiling.
Of course.
Well, I just wanted to let you know that I care about you. This is what I was in the moment. And
Yep.
sometimes they say when you think about something, do something. So if I thought about him in that way, I just send him a quick text. This is
Right,
what about
right.
this is what I'm feeling about you right now. And
Because
it speaks volumes.
yeah, because you don't want to take somebody for granted. I mean, I don't want to be taken for granted. And I know if I don't, I can't assume that just because he's the breadwinner or the man of the house or however you want to, the woman, whichever, you still want them to feel as though they are significant, that they mean something to you. Sometimes the people that I come in contact with, we were at a thing like Lowe's not too long ago, and one of the guys, the workers there, had helped us load some stuff into the back of our car. And it was like, hey, thank you. I appreciate you. One of my besties, I followed her lead about that. She always would make a point that whenever she spoke with somebody, before she got off the phone, she specifically said, "I appreciate you. Thank you for answering the call," something like that. And I was just like, I don't take all that. But now I really see that when somebody does something, or even sometimes if they don't, hey, I appreciate you. I mean, you don't want to walk up to a total stranger and they haven't done anything. I appreciate you. Be like,
Right.
okay, weirdo on aisle 8. But again, letting that person know what they mean, because
Yeah.
again, you're also making love to that mind as well. And the other stuff, whether it's doable or not for various reasons, you still are connected to that person. That's the main thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It doesn't always have to be sex. It can be
No.
just the way you say things, the way you do things. Some people love language, how you do things, doing something for that person. Like if they're always the one to wash the clothes and you wash the clothes, that's something subtle, but it could be big to them and it could spark something in them. Oh, she took the time or she took the time to wash the clothes because that's normally something that you do, taking on a task that you don't necessarily always do or take from that person just to show that you care. Washing the dishes, you think it's nothing, but it's actually something, and you might get some reciprocation.
Now, question E, since this was something that we all discussed before. Okay, I'm plant-based for the most part. I mean,
Mhm.
I every once in a while, I ain't gonna lie, I might fall off the wagon. We had that conversation.
Yeah.
But can the items that you had, the 3 things, and I like I said, I didn't study that part of it, but the 3, the tryptophan and
Mhm.
hydration and something else you were talking about, I how do you get that plant-based? I'm thinking, because like I said, I know, like, there's the seeds, the pumpkin seeds, there's this, is there specific stuff? Because, like, for example, I eat tofu, soy products, some don't get me, folks. I know how some people feel about that. Would that be along the lines of stuff that also aid in what you were referring to in the beginning with all of
Tryptophan.
this?
The
Okay.
tryptophan, you can't get it from pumpkin seeds. You can get it from tofu, soy products, you get oats, all your seeds, almonds, like almonds, sunflower seeds, things of that. You get it from before you go to bed. That's where you get the fan from. So if you're not a person that eats meat, those are things that you can get. For those who don't know what tryptophan is a meat that helps produce the serotonin in
In wait,
your melatonin. So
okay.
the serotonin in your crucial for your kind of like fan for non-vegans. When you eat turkey on Thanksgiving, you eat turkey.
Ah,
For some reason, that turkey has tryptophan in it, so that's why you get that. You want to go to and eat a lot of turkey and the gravy, everything else. But
yes,
tryptophan is
yes.
found in turkey. One of them, turkey, yogurt, are common sources of that. But if you're plant based, you're gonna find them in your seeds, so soy, things.
Okay, okay. Good to know. I'm learning something here too today. I'm writing all this down.
Okay, because it says hydration. Oh, drink water. Well, water. That's another one for your hydration. You coconut water. I am not a proponent of water too much anymore. I love coconut water, and I also love getting my water from melons, like watermelon. Have
Mhm.
very good source of hydrating your body without having to drink like tons of water. If you're a water person, you can have it, but I love coconut waters. I love melon. It's easier for me to get it that way, as opposed to always drinking water. I have to switch it up with regards to my water. I don't like the blandness of water. I drink it, but I don't like the blandness of it. So I
Mhm.
like to add like some strawberries or something like that. But when I found out that coconut water gives me more of what I need with regards to electrolytes, well, then I start drinking coconut water more so than water,
Mm.
and has a nice flavor.
See, I'm good. I could drink water, just plain water. It doesn't bother me. But one of the things that I did learn was I put a little bit of pink Himalayan salt, just a
Mm-hmm.
little bit in there. And one thing I learned, and it was because I remember when I went for my checkup, the nurse had said, "You need to drink more water." And I'm thinking, "I'm almost waterlogged over here. What the hell?" And that was before I was putting a little bit of pink Himalayan salt in the water because then it absorbs when I drink. And when it's done and when it keeps going right through you, it's not being absorbed. And how it made more sense to me was the water goes into the organs or something like that. I'm not
For
quite
pink
sure, just
Himalayan.
well, just in the water. So it's absorbed into the body. And if the water doesn't absorb into the body and it's just going straight through, it's not really doing what it's supposed to do. So that's why I use a little bit of salt so it stays in there. Again, pink Himalayan salt or what's the other one? Kosher salt. Just have a shitload of pink Himalayan. So that's what I do. And I just sprinkle a little bit in there. And I find that when I drink a lot of it, I don't have to go to the restroom as much
Okay, that's
because
big.
it's being absorbed. And when I go beyond a certain point, because you can have like a Dixie cup of water, then you're running to the bathroom because it's not staying anywhere. It's going right through you. But you want it to not do that necessarily. So yeah.
That, that that's a good point as well. I don't drink. Well, I have
Okay.
or have a mineral salt that I use, and it's supposed to be pretty good for alkaline alkalining your water.
Hmm.
So I'll have a little bit of Celtic sea salt, and then I put some bacon because I also have for my digestion stabilize stuff. I also bacon soda and tomato sauce to cut down the acidity.
Don't Wouldn't that make you poop?
No, it doesn't. It's just a pinch. It is.
Okay, okay. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny either. No, but don't bump here. When you do that, when you do like the saltwater flushes
Mm-hmm.
and you have the 8-ounce thing of water and you put in salt and then you do some other stuff, it'll just it's one of those things. Once you get like what is it? I would do like 8 ounces of warm water and then another 8 ounce of cold water. And then I would mix all what is it? The salts in there. And it's a saltwater flush. And people can look it up online and it happens pretty quickly. I mean, I'll put it this way. If you take it, say at 8 o'clock, at least by 9:30, you should be going to the restroom. And you're going like a banshee, and then you're cleaned out. And then once it's done, probably by noon, you're good. But you can't really be getting ready to go anywhere once you do it.
We had that in our office,
That shit is. 'Cause I didn't think about it at the time. I really
right?
didn't.
We
But
have a lot of information in our brains that.
man, I know.
But yeah, we do. I do use the. That's a good one. I'm gonna have to don't talk on fact.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But the water that like I said, the water that I'm using, baking soda, Celtic sea salt. That's what
Okay.
I do. That's what it helps me. But you know, other than that, I like my coconut and my
Yeah, I
my
can't get into
eggs.
coconut water.
You don't like?
No, no,
Is it the thickness of it?
no, it's too sweet.
It's too sweet for you? Okay.
To me, it's too sweet.
Okay. Have you taken it in? You're buying it over the counter, or have you had it from an actual coconut?
Both. I mean, Costco, and we've cracked a coconut or two, and
You
it's
just don't like it.
I drain the juice out or water out, and then I eat the coconut. I'm not eat that shit's nasty. Sorry.
He's like, I ain't going for it.
No. Mm-mm.
It's out. But what else do we want to with regards to? We have dove deep into the situation with the sleep. Oh, we didn't talk about the age. We didn't talk about ages. How
No.
age affects us. You
Well,
know,
oh yeah, we touched it and
touched
ran
it.
away. We ran
Yeah,
away.
exactly, exactly. When you're looking at the in your 20s and your 30s, and then in 40s and 50s and beyond.
You're like a fucking rabbit. I mean, you can go all day, any day. The wind hits you wrong. You're looking at a green light. Oh,
Right.
what is there? They do it. Um, but
Would you say it's easier for you to go to sleep? You're for 20 and 30 after, have a climax. It's easier for you to go to sleep.
I think once you really get with that, who you, yes and no. And the reason why I say that is because in your 20s, yeah, you can go all day or do it whenever you think about it or not think about it. You're still thinking about it. It's on the brain. But then as you get older, at least in my case, as you get older and you get with that person, they learn you, you learn them, then it's more or less quality versus quantity
Right.
because it just don't, I can't say for everyone, but it just don't happen overnight, basically. So I would say really hit my stride in my 30s. The other thing is the earlier 20s and stuff. It's like, first of all, I wasn't in any really serious relationship in my early 20s. I mean, I didn't get married till my mid to late 20s. In all fairness, I did everything I wanted to do. So then I knew once I got ready to settle down, then it was a whole different ball of wax. So yeah, you feel more comfortable, maybe not, but you can experiment more. You can try different things, be different places or be a different person.
Yeah.
So
It's a little bit easier.
yeah, yeah. And then for me, like I said, as you get older and you have other responsibilities that you need to tend to, that sometimes tends to get put on the back burner as opposed to being the first thing you think about when you wake up in the morning when you're in your earlier 20s. Now, I might wake up thinking about it, say now, but then once I get through all my checklist of things I got to do, well, it's like maybe 45th all of a sudden. It's, oh shit, I'm too tired any damn way.
Right. Exactly. It's a lot different when you're in your 20s. I feel it's quicker to get there per se.
Yeah.
It's more frequent. Or, you can hit that REM sleep a little bit quicker in your 20s and your 30s than you are in your 40s and your 50s. In your 40s and your 50s, you figure age, and with age, your body changes. So you see some changes, some transitions in life.
Yep.
And things don't always fire on all cylinders the way they used to. So
Mm-hmm.
it can be a little bit, it can be a lot
Challenging.
to get into that sleep after, or even get to that point of wanting to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It sounded good at 8 AM, but by 10:30, it's,
right,
another
right.
chore.
Especially, and you said it earlier in the segment where, when you figure you're older, a lot of times with age, unfortunately, comes with ailments, which comes with medications.
Right.
You have a lot more responsibilities, stresses. So as you're older, you're not as free as you were in your 20s.
Right.
So a lot of things pile on. So it's not as easy for you to get into that headspace of, doing it, how often, how frequent. And then when you do it, do you get that sleep, that necessary sleep?
Well, yeah, because I mean, now if I get that sleep, I might be knocked out for a little bit longer than I normally sleep. It's like, oh, damn. Okay. Feel invigorated.
Right. You do. You do. You do. It's age is, I like to say we age like fine wine, but not all the time you feel that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, man, sometimes if you're right in the thick of it, you're like, okay, if I extend my leg any further, that cramp is going to get there and it's a wrap. I don't care what's going on. It's like, no, no,
It's not gonna go there. It's not going
no.
there.
Come on now. Have you been sleep and then you stretch your leg and all of a sudden
Oh
that
my
calf
gosh.
muscle just tenses up?
Oh my gosh.
That wakes you up
Yes. Yeah.
and you can literally feel it tightening up
Yes.
as you do it. It's like, ah,
I try not to even breathe because I'm like, if I breathe wrong, it's gonna extend this
yeah.
any longer. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
So when you're a little bit more methodical when you're older on
Yes.
what you want to do. So we don't have to do it like this. We can just do half of that and still
Right.
get to the same point. And again, a lot of it is in your mind as well because you got to think these things out. So once you are completely done, you get to that climax or whatever, and you go to sleep, it's just for another reason. I should say, a number of reasons. They're like, oh, thank God it's done. Oh, thank God I survived. Oh, thank God it was great. Oh, okay, now I'm going to sleep.
And we're laughing about it, but these is reality. So if anybody's saying that's not true, then you ain't lived life, and you may be a little youngin' up in here. But
Yeah, it doesn't take all of that,
all right, it sometimes
man.
sometimes it does.
I mean, just I you have to sometimes plan it, with everybody's schedule. You have
Right.
to actually plan to go on a little staycation or go somewhere nice and just do something. And then I'm thinking, okay, we doing this Saturday, but am I gonna really feel like doing anything on Saturday? Here it is Tuesday.
Right. But
But
you do.
then,
You do. You have to that staycation. You hit that too because sometimes you need to get out of your normal environment
yep,
into a different environment to
yep,
give you a different feel.
yep,
You just spoke a word right there. Them
mm, mm,
staycations help y'all.
man,
Staycations help.
it doesn't have to
Little
be
hotel,
whirlwind vacation down the
little hotel
street.
next city over. Little hotel next city over. It's a different environment.
Yes,
You need it sometimes. You do need it. You
you
spoke a
do.
word.
And then again, it comes into you're in your mind is like you're on vacation. You
Yep.
you get to sleep, you get to do all of that. You feel invigorated, so you feel as though you went somewhere when you probably only went 10 miles out from your house.
Right.
But
But it's different
it's
when it's
it's
just you and
different.
that person. And say, for instance, you have a family, people in the house, be as free as you want to be.
You
But
sure
when you go
can't.
on that staycation, you're in a different environment. Yeah,
Yep.
maybe somebody next door,
And they don't know you.
and that's you, right?
And if you're listening that intently, maybe you'll learn something.
Right? Okay. Take notes. Take notes. This is how you do this.
Yep.
But yes, it's definitely try to do different things to help with that with regards to getting that intimacy. That may be why you're stagnant. If you're still at home, you're always at home or you're always in your bedroom, this happens, you don't really get out anywhere. You're like saying, well, we can't afford to go on a vacation, go away for a few days or to another state or, to the Caribbean or whatever, out of the country. City over. Don't
That's right.
complicate it. Don't
Yep.
complicate this. It's quite simple. It will work.
Absolutely. And it changes your whole perspective sometimes. And again, we make light of it. We're joking, but at the same time, it's a real serious thing because there's sometimes, and I know we all know at least one person that is crabby as fuck. And I'm not going to say what I would normally say, but
You need to get
they
into
need to be able to get into that REM sleep. I'll put it like that. And maybe
right.
they could change that disposition just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
It's like, "Ooh, you need some REM sleep."
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. I agree. But yes, definitely. Those were some nuggets. KayCee just dropped some nuggets. But let's talk about this. How about with regards to, I think we did touch on a little bit with nutrition, but we were talking about the tryptophan. What about, nutrition for better sleep, magnesium and fiber and omega 3s? What's your thoughts on that?
I think all of that helps and even was it oh, how do you I can't even pronounce this word. Methionine?
Mm-hmm.
That's another one too. All those combined, they definitely help, and it definitely aids into helping you to sleep, and also just to also kinda relax and just help you get to where you need to be. It really does. I don't use a lot of it separately. I kind of use it all in conjunction with one another. So I can't really speak on what it all does separately. But I kind of like want to cut to the chase kind of things. So I just take it all at once and that helps. It really does. And sometimes taking all the supplements or food and stuff, sometimes just getting in the right mind space, if that makes any sense. I know for myself, I'm a big proponent on incense. I love incense. just getting to that point, getting calm, getting settled, that helps as well. And again, when you're with that person and you could be sitting together,
Mm-hmm.
and I, like you said, you had mentioned earlier, spooning. I If I'm not doing that, we're just kind of just chilling and watching something, and my cortisone level has gone down because I'm
Right.
just hanging out with that person. My husband, he's gonna be like, "Who is that person?"
Right.
So hanging out with my husband, and we're watching something on TV, and everything is just really calm, and we might fall out to sleep. And no, was there sex? No. When you
Right.
wake up, will there probably be sex? Probably no. But then at the same time, you you still get into that REM sleep because I am still, again, skin on skin. You're with that person. And I'm speaking for myself. We're not the cuddly type. So we might start off with their arm around each other. Then after a while, I'll have a hot flash. I'm like, oh God, it's hot, you know? And so that's one reason why we don't. But the fact that my foot might be touching his leg,
Right.
and I sit like that. And again, that skin on skin, just that
Yep.
whole atmosphere, you feel safe in your environment. And I feel safe to, not that don't feel safe in my environment, but then when you have that special person,
Yep.
it just makes it that much more special. And you
I
might be
agree.
watching something and you're talking and doing all this. And to me, sometimes that is just as good as the actual act itself, because as you get older, and my father-in-law had said this, he's since passed, but he would say, you're making memories.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that is the foreplay that we were talking about. Just say, hey, we're sitting down, we'll watch something, whether we like the show or not, and we're just talking, and just like you and I are talking, and it goes off into something else, but it's
Right.
that quality time. And then
Right.
you end up, because I end up dozing off anyway, and I'm sleeping good because I'm in a good place.
Absolutely. It is I would say it's detrimental. It's definitely something that's needed, and it doesn't take much. Doesn't take
Right.
much to get that feeling, those fuzzy feelings that can help you with your sleep, especially when you have a significant other. Now, we're talking about having people in your life. We're both married. So, definitely when you go to bed and you get an opportunity to hug up, cuddle up with your hubby, it, it helps a lot with your sleep. But what is it where you don't have someone, don't significant other, and you're going to bed by yourself? You know what I'm saying? How would you? I guess that it would be that sleepy time that you got.
There you go. There you go.
Sleepy time.
But here's the thing with that. It's like I had said before, my husband, our schedule is completely different. He's graveyard, I'm days. So there's a lot of times that I am by myself. And it's like you when you're at a certain, I'm not gonna say age, but for me, and when you're at a certain age, you got all these other things going on, and you tend to, when my life is, how do I put it? When my life is where it needs to be, when I'm content, that's the word I'm looking for. Then I can still, maybe I have to use sleepy time, but I'm content. And then I can still get into that I'm going to say REM sleep. But if you're not content, and what that means for each person is totally different. I have a lot of other responsibilities that are on me. And at some given point, it's like, well, shit, I can't catch a break. But there's that time when your kids are good, your family is good, that phone ain't ringing. And I already did the little text messages to my husband. This is where all that comes into play. I can relax and settle and go to sleep still. And some folks use other means to get into that sleep and fall out, and that's okay too. Whatever turns your red light green, or that's great. But being
I agree.
content, yeah.
Absolutely. And I would say if you don't have a loved one, you don't have a significant other, you don't have a hubby, kind of like what KayCee was saying, you can, as long as you have that contentment, that helps with getting that REM sleep, that rapid. sleep. But also with regards to people who work out, if you're a person, if you take those brisk walks or go to
Good
the
point.
gym, yeah, those things help with getting you in that relaxed state too. After you go and have a good workout, whatever that is, whatever that looks like for you, that will help you relax for the evening. How you eat, definitely not eating after. For me, I don't eat after 8. Well, I try not to eat after 8. It ain't always perfect all the time. Now about it, okay? Sometimes I be in that kitchen like 10, but
I know.
ideally 8 o'clock. Stop eating after 8. So you've had those leafy greens, eating pretty good, pretty nutritious. Those things help you sleep as well. Also, a real good one helps you relax if you don't have anyone or if you do have someone. I'm just giving tips for if you don't have nobody and you need some help sleeping. Go get, if you've ever had a sauna, be in a sauna or a steam room, get that about 20, 30 minutes, that good sweat. I cannot tell you how good you feel, relaxed you feel. Once you get home, take that shower or that bath. Oh my God, how you can knock out and be in some good dang sleep. It does help.
Well, one of the things I remember when I was a kid, a good old fashioned ass whooping put me in that REM sleep too. I know folks these days, they want to talk to their kids. Don't do that. I came from the era where you got your ass whooped. And I look, yeah, that was the best sleep.
And you sleep better too after they go to sleep. Right?
Yep. Yep. But I remember those days.
Okay. Get that butt wood. That is a good sleep. But we don't want
Sure.
you to get your butt wood.
No,
Especially if you're a
no.
grown
Unless that's what you're into. I'm just saying
right.
as a kid growing up, that's
That's
how it was
you
for
get your
me.
good sleep, right?
Yeah.
Next thing you wake up all crusty.
I mean, you might have been knocked into Tuesday and it was
Right?
only Thursday that happened, but you'll be well rested for sure.
For sure. For sure. Well, you guys, we have tackled a lot in this whole topic, in this whole conversation with regards to REM sleep and, having sex. I would say the key takeaways from our discussion, basically, with regards to age plays a role in that, how you sleep, even your sexual patterns, how you eat, your nutrition plays a role in how you sleep, how you get to sleep, that REM sleep, that rapid eye movement sleep. And then also with regards to how you how you do things. It definitely plays a role in your sex and your sleep. So hopefully we've tackled some things. If we didn't, let us know. If you want to hear more or difference of opinion, if you have a difference of opinion about what we said, let us know. We're up here. We're just having fun. We're
We
talking
just
about, as you
talking.
can see, we just talking. We went on a tangent, one direction, brought it right back. But what is what it is. We just having conversations on here, and you just happen to be involved in. It's kind of like a three-way call or something like that.
Okay, I was like, where are you going? Okay.
No, not that way. Not that way. Kind of like
Okay.
we up here. We're like when you used to be on the phone. You call. You are currently listening to just a conversation between
Yes.
us two. Basically, we just chopping it up here. So, and we just happen to have topics that we want to chop it up about with you guys. So, let us know. Hopefully, you like this podcast. Again, you will let us know by subscribing to us, posting comments, giving us a. We always appreciate that. We are going to be on Spotify. We're going to be on Apple Podcasts, and we're going to be on Google Podcasts. So check us out. You can have us. You can listen to us as you're walking. You can listen to us in your car. And if you want to see us visually, we're going to have a YouTube page as well. So check us out on all of our social media. That will be coming up soon. But thank you guys, and we appreciate it. And we are going to head on out of here. KayCee, do you have anything else to add?
Have sex.
Anything else? Have sex. Have lots.
And hydrate.
And hydrate, okay? and hydrate. Thank you. Thank you. All right, you guys.
All
We'll see you in
righty.
the next one.
Bye.
Bye.